Let's talk about your digital life. Do you ever feel like it's kind of an open book? Well, today we're going to unpack how all those little things you do online are creating this incredibly detailed record of your life. And here's the kicker. It's being sold to the highest bidder, and that includes the government. Just think about your day so far. Have you sent a DM, checked the weather, maybe uploaded a photo? Of course you have. These feel like totally harmless everyday things, right? But what if I told you that every single one of these innocent clicks could be used against you? And not by some shady hacker, but legally, by the government. Okay, let this quote sink in for a second. This was the actual response from a prosecutor when a public defender pointed out that evidence, in this case location data, was collected without a warrant. Their logic is just chilling. The argument is, hey, if we don't seize your data, but we just buy it from a company that already has it, well, then we don't need a warrant.
So how on earth is this possible? How is this legal? Well, it all comes down to a really modern loophole in a very old law. And to really get it, we've got to go all the way back to the U.S. Constitution itself.
You've probably heard of the Fourth Amendment. It's supposed to be the bedrock of our privacy in the United States. It's the thing that's designed to stop the government from just barging into your house, going through your stuff, and taking your property without a really, really good reason, which is a warrant, backed by probable cause. But here's the thing. It was written long, long before anyone could have possibly imagined a world with smartphones and data brokers.
And this visualizes the shift perfectly. On the left, you've got the world the Fourth Amendment was built for, right? Physical searches, cops at your door, you need a warrant. But on the right, that's our new reality. Law enforcement can just go shopping for a massive trove of your personal info from a data broker, completely bypassing the whole warrant process. It's digital, it's invisible, and it happens without you ever even knowing about it.
So the legal cover for all this is something called the third-party doctrine. And the theory basically says that once you voluntarily, and I'm using air quotes here, give your information to a third party, like say a social media site or your phone company, you lose your reasonable expectation of privacy. Now, maybe that kind of made sense back when we were just talking about phone numbers you gave to the phone company. But today, think about it. Literally everything we do online involves a third party. Okay, so what exactly are they buying? You might be surprised. The scale of this data marketplace is just staggering, and all of it is being used to build this incredibly detailed profile of, well, you. It is pretty much everything. We're talking about your entire social media history, every like, every comment, even your private messages, and those so-called disappearing stories. Your Venmo transactions, which can link you to all sorts of people. Your biometric data from sites like 23andMe. Yes, your DNA. Your precise location data from countless apps, from your fitness tracker to that simple weather app. And get this, even those curious late-night conversations you're having with an AI chatbot are being recorded and could be for sale. Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking. A common reaction to all of this is, well, I have nothing to hide, so why should I care? But the real danger here isn't just about hiding something you did wrong. It's about how raw data, totally stripped of all human context, can make complete innocence look incredibly guilty. Let me ask you a simple question. Have you ever been in the same place as a total stranger more than once? The person you always see at the coffee shop, or the car you always seem to end up behind at that one traffic light? Of course this happens. It's just life. But to an algorithm, it can look like something else entirely. And this isn't a hypothetical. This is from a real case. Investigators bought a bunch of location data, and it showed that two people's phones were in the same location 5 different times in 1 week. Now, if you're a prosecutor looking at this data on a screen, what do you see? You see a pattern. You see planned meetings. You see a criminal conspiracy. But here's the reality. What was actually happening? They lived in the same neighborhood, just a few blocks from each other. They both happened to like the same local coffee shop. And they both got stuck at the same busy intersection waiting for the light to change. The data suggested a criminal plot, but the reality was just life. And that is the huge danger here. Algorithms don't understand context. They don't understand coincidences or what it's like to live in a community. And the implications here go way beyond just that. This same exact data can place you at a political protest. It can put you near the scene of a crime you had absolutely nothing to do with. In some states, it's even being used to identify and track people who visit abortion clinics. Your data is being used to tell a story about you. And the scary part is, you don't get to control the narrative. So, I know this all feels pretty heavy, maybe even a little overwhelming. But here's the crucial point. You are not helpless in this. There are actual, concrete steps you can take to start reclaiming some of your digital privacy.
Okay, here we go. Number 1, use encrypted messaging apps like Signal or WhatsApp. Their whole point is privacy. Second, do a little audit. Go into your apps and actually check your privacy settings. You'd be shocked what you might be sharing without realizing it. 3, turn off location sharing for any app that doesn't absolutely need it to function. 4th, know your rights. Understand what protections you might be accidentally giving up. And finally, number 5, support legislation that aims to close this data purchasing loophole. Your voice really, really matters.
You know, the Fourth Amendment wasn't written in vanishing ink. It was meant to be this permanent shield for all of us. The world has obviously changed, but the core principles of privacy and security, those shouldn't. So the question we're all left with is, are we going to update our laws for the digital age, or are we just going to let this fundamental protection fade away?